Gentlemen, today we're going to talk about high school football sports injuries, how to properly prepare your athletes and prevent injuries. Football is the world's most popular sport. Keeping our players healthy and on the field is the number one priority. Football combines with speed, agility, power, and strength, makes it a very high risk for injuries. One of the most common injuries that can be caused that can cause an athlete to quit the game of football, have long-term health issues, and even death is head injuries. The diagnosis of head trauma has been on the rise with high school athletes. Today, head injuries is the most common cause of death among high school athletes. Teaching proper technique and knowing the signs and symptoms of head injuries can reduce the number of deaths that are caused by high school athletes. Among the high school athletes, concussions go unreported. The reason that a majority of these go unreported is because they're not properly informed. They do not want to leave the game, or they're not sure if it really is a concussion. Athletic trainers should conduct classes that will better help coaches and players as well as parents understand the signs and symptoms of head trauma. 40% of concussions go unreported because players think they are not that serious. 25% don't want to leave the game. 22% didn't know it was a concussion, and 13% did not want to let their teammates down. Another form of head trauma we're going to talk about today is the subdural hematoma. An acute subdural hematoma is another leading cause in death among high school athletes. The swelling and the bleeding in the brain, the swelling and the bre- sorry, the swelling and the bleeding in the brain, which comes from veins that are ruptured during contact. It does not take you to get hit over and over and over in the head for this injury to occur. It only takes one. You can be in great health during the game, after the game, a couple of days later, you're gone. So that's why it's important that we keep an eye, as coaches, we keep an eye on our players. We make sure they're healthy. We always keep them evaluated, and we let the parents know what's going on with them and what the different types of things that we saw. Next thing I'm going to talk about is neck injuries. Neck injuries are a major concern as well in high school football. But in the past recent years, the death tolls have declined. But like with any other injury, it needs to be reported, not only to the coaches, to the athletic trainers, but as well as the parents. Not all children understands the type of injury they have or the severity. That's why it is our responsibility as coaches, parents, and athletic trainers to make sure we get the word out not only to each other, but the athlete as well. Another form of injury that is real common is the ACL injury. The ACL injury is one of the injuries that can shorten a player's time on the field, and it can also discourage them to keep going forward. There are different types of training techniques that you can use to help strengthen a young player's ACL. and to help prevent an ACL tear from happening. Each workout that's done dealing with high school football is not all about the, oh, you just got to be in shape just running gassers and doing sprints. Each workout has to be tailored to that player's position because each player moves different. Their body contour is different. Uh, their speed is different. So you have to tailor that workout to best suit that player as far as having our ACL tears or repairs done. A lot of teams use wobble boards to help out with the balance for ACL injuries, which, usually once the ACL has been torn, it usually takes about 12 to 14 months to recover. One of the sticklers that I like to deal with is conditioning. Make sure that your players, your athletes are properly conditioned. A lot of coaches and a lot of players they do not wish to condition their players enough. Yes, it's a such thing as over conditioning, but to me that's just a myth. So properly taking care of your body is a must. Not only do you take care of your body during the season, but the most important time to take care of your body is during the summer. For high school athletes, the summertime is critical. So you need to make sure that your body stays healthy. Even your parents, the parents need to make sure that their children are always active during the summer. That cuts down on a lot of injuries coming back in the fall. We as coaches have responsibilities to make sure that our players have a game plan that will propel them to be able to compete in the fall. Stretching is a key element that falls by the waist because athletes, especially young athletes, they do not understand the importance of stretching. They do not understand the importance of keeping their body loose. And this is one of the things that I love while coaching is I make sure my guys stretch before and after practice to keep their bodies loose, to keep their muscles loose. And also stretching helps you grow. Physically, it'll help you grow. Most athletes are looking for that quick bulk up, that quick, I need to gain 15, 20 pounds in the next couple of months. Well, we know that's not going to happen, not naturally. But with the proper technique, the proper plan, and stretching goes along with hydration, they can get those gains that they're looking for. It's not going to happen overnight, but they'll get those gains. We have to instill in our players that, hey, strength comes with consistency. Be consistent in what you're doing. You can't work out today and not work out no more for 2 weeks. You have to be consistent. Because good stretching improves bone density, muscle density, as well as, your rehabilitation. Later, we're going to go into different types of treatments once you have obtained an injury. A couple of my favorite treatments for injury is the cold treatment. Cold treatments, some can be done at home to treat minor, bruises, cuts, just minor things at home by doing an ice bath. what I found